All right, so I'm really proud of the way you guys are going. You're doing exceptionally well. Just keep investing a little bit of time every day. You know, success is about doing a little, a lot. So keep it up. You're doing exceptionally well. All right, so now what we're going to have a look at is we're going to dig down and try to uncover, or should we rather say, get a deeper understanding of how we can explain the limitations of other solutions. And I just want to remind you here, guys, never ever use this as an opportunity to bash your competitors. All right, so you want to explore the current limitations of their current solution. How are you going to go about doing that? Well, it's going to mean, you see, the old way of selling was kind of showing up and getting all the information that you needed on the day from the person when you conducted a discovery meeting. Well, people no longer have time for that. The way we sell has changed dramatically. There's work that needs to be done. It's always been a requirement, but now it's more important than ever. So you need to do your research. You need to understand what kind of research. So where are you going to identify opportunities to sell? Well, the easiest way to sell is to go somewhere where your product has some kind of differential advantage. Your product does something better than your competitors. Now, bear in mind, certain competitors do things better than you, and you do things better than certain competitors. So one of the criteria that you could use for identifying your tribe could be, our product is incredibly better, performs better, has a differential advantage over this specific competitor. Well, how about if you could find out where that competitor is supplying? Because wherever that competitor is supplying, you know that your product has a differential advantage. Therefore, you can come in and you can talk about how your product, in other words, what those limitations are. Those limitations are the undesirable state, and how by using your product with the differential advantage, they will enjoy positive transformation and indeed be in a more favorable position. So let me give an example now, right? So let's think about somebody who has a requirement. So they are having a few challenges with, I hate the term I'm going to use it once here, called time management. Let's call it time effectiveness, right? So they are struggling, and I think 99% of us feel that we don't have enough hours in a day. So what is the real challenge? Is it that we don't have enough time in the day, or could it be that we maybe not using our time as effectively as possible? Could it be that we are not focusing on our priority activities? Could it be that and we know the Pareto principle, right? We know the Pareto principle says 20% of our activities deliver 80% of our returns. So imagine if we could find a way, we could get a time effectiveness solution that would help us to, first of all, identify what are those 20% of our activities that delivers 80% of our return. And then once we've done that, the next thing that we can do is we can say, okay, so make sure I get all of those done when I'm the most energized in the day, i.e. in the mornings. I get all of those activities done, and then I do the other 80% of my activities later in the day. Remember, those 80% of activities are only delivering 20% of my returns. So can you see how you can highlight very simply, when you really understand what your product or service can do better, faster, smoother, it becomes very easy for you to talk about limitations. Did you notice I never badmouthed my competitor? All I did was mention how our product does it better, what the benefits, the advantages of the product are. Let's have a look now at a gearbox that's not designed in an extremely, or at least it's not designed to run in an extremely dusty environment. So think about a gearbox in those sort of situations. Let's say what's going to happen over time is eventually the dust is going to work its way in through the bearings, and wherever there's motion, dust is going to work its way into the gearbox, and it's going to cause challenges. Let's say, for example, you have a product that has it can seal better, or for example, even though it's operating in a dusty environment, it may mean that the temperature of the gearbox is going to go up. So you can recommend that they put a oil cooler or something on. Use your initiative and identify. Remember, I must remind you, let's go back and say, we know before we've even approached this customer, We know, so when I say before we've approached this customer, it could be an existing customer where we've identified cross and upselling opportunities, or it could be a new customer who we've identified to be part of our tribe. So the crucial thing is, we've identified, one of the criteria we use to identify a tribe is we know which product, what the differential advantage is over our competitor. And that's going to help us, because that differential advantage we have is the positive transformation that we can offer from the undesirable state to put our customers in a more desirable state. Go and have a look. When you're speaking about the limitations of other suppliers, other products, and let's not mention suppliers, so we're not going to talk name of the supplier, but we're going to rather talk not in terms of what the limitations are, but in terms of the transformation we offer. Let them badmouth in their own mind. Let them go, okay, so our current supplier has limitations. I can see how this product has benefits and how it will put us in a better position.